a sense for anything of what's going on. But we get more shots of the bust from the opening of the full trailer. But what I noticed in this one is that Wendell is there. So this is probably not how the series starts. Despite the trailer and this best efforts to sort of fool us, I feel like this is not the start of the series, because I think, Raylan didn't meet Wendell until that moment in the Detroit cop shop. And so unless they do like a 3 days earlier sort of thing, I don't think that this is where the series starts. And then the line of sometimes it takes an angry white guy to catch an angry white guy. We all know that Raylan's the angriest man that Winona's ever met. So
That's right.
He is an angry white guy for sure. And it's also another indicator that, hey, we are in Detroit and Raylan does not belong. He is a fish out of water here. So I do think that that's going to be sort of an interesting dynamic as the series rolls on. So, all right.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I just looked up right now because Detroit is a majority black city. It's 77.2%.
Yeah, I think it's up there with Cleveland and DC and New Orleans and cities like that. They call them the chocolate cities.
Okay. I didn't think it was that much, but I guess I guess that makes sense. I mean, I remember it was like back in the 60s, I guess, when the population was like in the millions, but now it's like what, 500,000 or something like that.
It's crazy how much some of those cities have shrunk over the years. Cleveland the same way.
Oh yeah,
lost a ton of people.
What was do you remember how the largest Cleveland? Because Cleveland's still a pretty big, like has a lot of population still, right? It's over 1 million.
Yeah, it's over. You know what? I'm not sure it is still anymore. It was up there. I think it was in the top 10 or it was in the top 10 American cities, I think, at some point, but it's not anymore. I think it's like 15 or 16 now. So,
okay.
Yeah. But so that gets us through the trailer and the teasers that have been released so far. I expect there will probably be one, maybe two more. I wouldn't be surprised if we got another full-length trailer next week also, but no promises. If we remember the promos for Justified between seasons, they tended to be very, very quick. They were like 15-second clips. And they almost never included actual footage from the show. There was always kind of a staged, it's almost like they intentionally shot the teasers while they were shooting the show. And so I'm interested to see kind of what happens here. If they're going to release more, or if they're like, you know what, we've got enough out there. We're gonna let the show run on its own. So, but they are going to get a little samey if they don't update some stuff. So.
Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, I like with the trailers. Who even knows if any of these scenes are going to be used in there? I'm sure some will, but like sometimes they just have stuff that they cut out.
Or the audio is dubbed, and so the scene that we think we're seeing is not the scene that's actually happening. So we're seeing audio from a different scene versus what's actually on the screen. So.
Yeah.
Who knows? We will see. But yeah, so that's it for our coverage of Justified City Primeval, the special episode of Groundless. So don't forget to I was going to do the YouTube thing. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review. We say it in that order because it's the easiest way to do it. Subscribe, you hit the button in the upper corner of your podcast app that says subscribe. That's going to update you whenever we release a new episode or special, including this one. Rate is where you give us a rating of 1 to 5 stars on the podcast app of your choice. Always 5 stars, we hope. And then review is where you take the time to write us a written review. Don't forget to check us out on social media at Groundless or at Groundless Pod or at Groundless Podcast, and email us groundlesspodcast@gmail.com. And stay tuned for our coverage of Groundless City Primeval coming up sometime July 19th or shortly thereafter. So Make sure your subscription is up to date. That way you're going to get that episode as soon as it's released. And we'll see you back here with another episode of Groundless in the near future. Thanks.